can't go and give up on him. Kerry has thrown 126 passes, hasn't thrown an interception. Is that good or is that bad? Take the chance, Kerry. Throw it to Randy Moss today, and we'll have a game.
All right, Tony, and a beautiful day here in the East Bay, and the Dallas Cowboys will get the ball first. They have won the toss and will receive. Coming off a brilliant fourth-quarter comeback against the 49ers last week. And Bill Parcells said sooner or later the law of averages evens up when you play so many close games. There is Tyson Thompson, who is back deep to receive the opening kick. And Sebastian Janikowski gets this game underway, and a booming kick out of the end zone. And the Cowboys will start from the 20-yard line. Drew Bledsoe, 363 passing yards, the most since Troy Aikman in 1998. Bledsoe is third in quarterback rating in the National Football League. And he has to be brimming with confidence after last week's performance. The Cowboys will start at the 20-yard line and will begin with two tight ends, Jason Witten and the blocking tight end, Dan Campbell. Raider crowd in full throat on their feet to start this game. And Julius Jones with the first carry of the game, picking up 2 yards on the play. Let's take a look at the rest of the Dallas Cowboys offense. And as you see, the offensive line doing a good job of protection. Boy, compared to a year ago, Darryl, they've got to be very happy night and day as far as their attack.
Yeah, this has been a pleasant surprise for the Dallas Cowboys. Everybody questioned Drew Bledsoe holding the ball in the pocket, but that offensive line has done a great job. Terry Glenn, we talk about Randy Moss and Terrell Owens and all these guys around the league, but he's off to a great start this season.
2nd down and 8. And Witten lining up in the backfield, going in motion. And play action. Bledsoe in trouble. Gets out of it. And Bledsoe dives close to the 30-yard line and very near a first down. So not known for his nimble footwork, Bledsoe ad-libbing picks up 7 yards after Derek Burgess put big-time pressure on the Cowboy quarterback.
The pressure's going to come from this side right here. Rob Petitti, watch what he does. He doesn't give up on the play. He gets beat to the inside, gets back up on his feet, prevents the player Derek Burgess from coming in and getting the sack, and then Drew Bledsoe. I mean, this is a couple weeks in a row now. We've seen him make plays with his feet. He's not just a stand-in-the-pocket guy. He's not Michael Vick. But when the play goes away, he can still make something happen.
That's all you can ask, Darryl. So that brings up 3rd and less than a yard. Jones. And Jones moves the pile and gets the first down on the running play. A pickup of 3 yards. And taking a look at the Raiders' defense. And if there's one thing that Norv Turner would wish for more than anything else today, Darryl, it would be a solid pass rush against Bledsoe.
They really struggle getting pressure on the quarterback, and they've got to do that. They would like to get pressure on Drew Bledsoe, but I think the other thing, you know, they've got to stop Julius Jones in this running game. There's a lot of problems on the defensive side of the ball. They've got to get these corrected. Little breakdowns across the board.
First down on the 33 of the Cowboys. 3 wide receivers. Patrick Creighton is in as the 3rd wideout. Getting enough time. And this pass caught by Terry Glenn. And now they rule it's incomplete, did not have possession. Glenn coming off back-to-back 100-yard receiving games. The first time that he has done that in 5 years. And the key for him just to stay healthy, and he can be productive.
He really does. He's leading the league right now in yards per catch, and he's been a pleasant surprise. He's become the deep threat in this Dallas Cowboy offense. The first couple of weeks, Drew Bledsoe kind of doing that game manager role that Bill Parcells would like him to be as quarterback, but the whole offensive group, a breakout game against the 49ers last week throwing the ball.
2nd down and 10. Here's Julius Jones. And Jones fighting his way to the 38-yard line, a pickup of 5. Derek Burgess making the tackle on the play. Jones scoring 2 touchdowns last week, and only Cadillac Williams of Tampa Bay and Edgerrin James of the Colts have carried the ball more in the first 3 games than Jones.
Well, that's going to be a challenge today because Bill Parcells felt that Julius Jones had too many snaps last week, 71 plays. He wants him more down in the 55, 56 play category. So one of those backups is going to have to step up and take some of that burden off of Julius Jones's shoulders.
Bunch formation to the right, 3 wide receivers on 3rd and 5. And movement on the right side of the line as DeLawrence Grant made a move towards the Cowboys, and we'll see what Bill Carollo calls on this flag.
Well, odds are it's on the Raiders. It's a safe bet to say it's on Oakland.
Neutral zone infraction, 59. Defense coming in the neutral zone, trying to create a false start. 5-yard penalty, first down.
You can't try and entice an offensive lineman to move. And, you know, this is something that the Raiders have to get corrected, because it's not just the penalties, it's when they have them. That was a third down defensive penalty that gives you a first down. You give your opponent more opportunities, and that's when these penalties are happening. You see right there, tied for most in penalties, the most in yardage, but it's when they're coming at critical times. They're extending the opponent's offensive series, and they're really, really handcuffing their offense.
5 defensive penalties against the Eagles to result in first downs. Damaged them last week. Julius Jones off tackle. And Jones picking up 4 yards on first down near midfield. And right now for a game break, let's check in with James Brown.
Hey, Dick, the New England Patriots 21-game home winning streak over. LaDainian Tomlinson, a major reason why for the Chargers. 25 carries, 134 yards, 2 touchdowns. Chargers convincingly over the Patriots today. Back to Dick Stockton, Daryl Johnston, and Tony Saragusa.
Well, you heard Jimmy Johnson talk about the loss of Rodney Harrison. They're losing all their leadership with the Patriots, with Teddy Bruschi and now Rodney Harrison out for the year.
2nd and 6 at the 47. And again, here's Jones, and he runs into his own offensive lineman. Danny Clark put the pressure on, and a 1-yard gain for Jones, who is a workhorse here on the first series of the game. 4 minutes gone by, no score. The Oakland Raiders coming in 0-3, as we said, but look at their schedule. Opening up in New England, I guess that doesn't seem that bad or tough now with what San Diego did today. Then a home game against Kansas City, and then a loss on a field goal on the final play at Philadelphia a week ago. 3rd down and 5. 2 wide receivers line up to the right. Once again with protection, and Bledsoe's pass to Keyshawn Johnson is broken up by rookie Fabian Washington, and the Raiders hold 4th down coming up.
Fabian Washington makes a great play on the ball. He's number 27 here at the bottom. He's got a right to this ball. Look at him. He spins out the backside, comes in, doesn't come through the back of Keyshawn Johnson, doesn't try and hook him, turn him at the end, just gets his hand up, competes for the ball.
4th down, and Matt McBriar will punt for the Cowboys. And Chris Carr, the undrafted rookie from Boise State, is going to let it bounce, and then finally picks it up as it took a Dallas hop, and he downs it inside the 10-yard line, a 44-yard kick.
Talk about not getting the ball down the field to Randy Moss, but Kerry Collins, with that rating, without interceptions this season, he's making the decisions to check the ball down, get it to the open receivers, and allow the other guys to make plays. Starting
from the 9, and here is Lamont Jordan. And there's the guy they want to get started. Jordan last week gained a little over a yard per carry, and the Raiders as a team only 1 yard rushing. And let's take
again, we see Randy Moss. That's going to be the key to this game. You know, we talk about the trenches and the run game and everything, but it's the big play with Randy Moss.
Play action with time, and going down deep field to Randy Moss. Talk about the big play, and Randy Moss is caught from behind at the 7-yard line by Terrence Newman. 79 yards. A big one to start the offense for Oakland.
If you leave him one-on-one, Kerry Collins is going to go after you. You see right here, he's got DeMarcus Ware on the line of scrimmage, doesn't get a real good jam on him. Now he's coming into the middle of the field. He has split your safeties. Keith Davis is immediately in the trail position. I don't understand the coverage schemes of the Dallas Cowboys, because this happens week after week after week.
And that is the longest play of the year. Randy Moss had caught one for 73 yards and a touchdown earlier in the year. 1st and goal, Lamont Jordan spinning his way and trying to get close to the 5. Leroy Glover, the nose tackle, there to make the stop. And you talked about it at the outset. Randy Moss has loved playing against the Dallas Cowboys. 10 touchdown receptions in 5 games, including the playoffs. And he said earlier, I was really upset they didn't draft me. That's going by the boards, but I love the hype, and I hope it continues that way.
Yeah, he's really fed off of, kind of that angst for being snubbed on draft day, and he's just continued to feed off of that. But here's the area that they've got to find a way to get Randy Moss the ball. They're down in the red zone. He's got great leaping ability, great concentration, can catch the ball in traffic. Here's where Kerry Collins has got to maybe take a risk. 2nd and goal
at the 5. Lamont Jordan gets hit at the 4-yard line. Picking up 1 yard on the play, Brady James, one of the 2 inside linebackers for the Cowboys, making the tackle, bringing up 3rd down. Coming in the game, Courtney Anderson, the tight end, who has become a weapon for Kerry Collins. And James goes out of the game, so it'll be 3rd and goal.
Well, that's what happens when you bring Randy Moss to your team. Everybody else is going to benefit because there's going to be so much attention placed on him. But you see right there, he's only had 3 balls thrown to him in the red zone this season so far. They've got to find a way to get that matchup down in this part of the field.
Terry Porter in motion to the right, 3rd and goal, and hit from behind, DeMarcus Ware, making a big play for the Cowboys. So DeMarcus Ware, who had his first NFL sack against the 49ers, gets one here.
A great job by the Dallas Cowboy defense. You do the one thing that coming into the game you couldn't allow to happen, and that's a big play to Randy Moss. And they tighten up in the red zone, and they prevent a touchdown. So the negative play that got him down into this part of the field is kind of counteracted by a good defensive stand.
Here, you got to look at the offensive line. 2 of the Raiders did a great job giving Kerry some time to go and throw that long pass, and then letting a sack up there. Not good.
30-yard field goal by Sebastian Janikowski, who has been in a slump. He has already missed 4, but he gets off on the right foot, no pun intended, and the Raiders take a 3-0 lead. The big play, the 79-yard strike to Moss to set it up. 4th quarter around, having to play a home game on the road in effect, and now having 2 different home sites. Janikowski kicking off. Tyson Thompson will run it out from a couple of yards in the end zone. Gets hit and is down. Tim Johnson makes the play after Omar Easy made the initial hit. And
his spirits. You might have raised them a little bit too high.
The wheels have turned, huh?
Doesn't take long, does it, Tony?
Not at all.
1st down on the 19. Here's Julius Jones, and Jones gets hit behind the line of scrimmage. And it was Tommy Kelly who broke through the blocking by the Cowboys, and a gain of a yard.
Ted Washington's really doing a good job of holding up 2 guys, giving the linebackers time to run. I mean, this guy, I played with a lot of big guys, but Ted Washington's got to be the biggest man on the field right now.
Started for the Patriots when they beat Carolina Super Bowl 38. He's been well-traveled and has produced everywhere he's been. Play action. Bledsoe stepping up, and down he goes as he's hit from behind by Derek Burgess, and a loss of 1 yard. It is a sack as we send it to James Brown with another update.
Hey, Dick, I know Moose knows how loud Arrowhead can get. A 9 plays, 63 yards on that drive. The Chiefs capitalized on that Priest Holmes touchdown dive. 7-0 in Kansas City over Philadelphia. Back to Dick and Darryl.
So we have a couple of NFC East teams playing a couple of AFC West clubs today, both on the road. 3rd down and 10. Out of the shotgun is Bledsoe. And Bledsoe firing toward the sideline. And no catch is made. He did not have control. Patrick Creighton bobbled it. So it's incomplete, and 4th down coming up for Dallas.
You see right there at the end of the catch, he does not have that catch secured when he goes down to the ground. The ground actually helps him gain possession of the pass. Good call by the officials. And right now, the Dallas Cowboys, I think when you go against a team like the Raiders, with their big play potential and getting it in chunks, they're right now trying to do that ball control offense. They may need to adjust what they're doing.
McBriar with a wobbly kick, and it's Chris Carr. Good field position. Here's Carr. And finally goes down at the Cowboys' 37-yard line. So a return of 21 yards by Carr after the 39-yard kick, and the Raiders with the lead have outstanding field position with under 6 minutes to go in the first.
kind of the worst case scenario for the Dallas Cowboys right now. About the only positive thing they've done is make that red zone stand and hold the Raiders to a field goal. But special teams breakdowns, they give up the big play to Randy Moss on that first series. So they're backpedaling right now a little bit.
And they mark it at the 36-yard line of the Cowboys. 3-0 on Janikowski's 30-yard field goal. Play action, plenty of time. And the pass is thrown away. The intended receiver was Jerry Porter, and then cut toward the goal line. But by that time, DeMarcus Ware put enough pressure on. Collins had to toss it away.
But the big thing on that play, I think it was what Tony was talking about at the beginning of the game. The run and play action, they're going to get Randy Moss. He's at the top of your screen. Now they're going to hold this ball. They're trying to get it to him in this situation. Terrence Newman does a good job staying underneath, and he's unable to get it. So it was a two-man route. That's what they're going to do on play action. That's when they're going to try and hit their big plays, or maybe allow Randy Moss a little bit of ability to ad-lib.
That's what he did in Minnesota to great success on second down. A pass up the middle to Courtney Anderson, who's a rangy tight end at 6'7". That's a 16-yard catch and a first down to the 20, coming off a career game, 100 yards receiving against the Eagles.
One of the things that Norv Turner wanted to see in the early part of the game was how is Dallas going to react to Randy Moss on the field. He likes to get everybody involved in the offense early, so Randy provides that opportunity for the other guys on the offense. Courtney Anderson in the middle of the field, and you're always worried about Randy on the outside. He's got a big void.
First down, and the handoff to Lamont Jordan, a bruising back who was the backup for Curtis Martin in the Jets for so many years, picks up 8 yards on first down. And Roy Williams and Keith Davis, the safeties, combined to make the hit.
I really like Lamont Jordan stepping up this week and saying, you know, the struggles in the run game, they're on me. Put them on me. Don't put it on the offensive line. That's my fault. And, you know, that shows me that a guy is ready to take that next step from being a backup to being the featured guy.
Second down and 2 on the 12. Play action. And Collins completes the pass to Lamont Jordan and then goes out of bounds. Good catch, good footwork by Lamont Jordan. He picks up 8 yards, and it's first and goal, Oakland.
Well, what's happening is when they're running their play action passes, Dallas is getting some good coverage, and you've only got 2 guys out on the route. There's Randy Moss on the left side of the field, but it's the same situation at the top of the field with Jerry Porter. Now, these running backs, I know I've been in Norv Turner's system. You run the play-action pass, but you've got an assignment as a pass route, as a check-down receiver for Kerry Collins, and they're not getting through all that mush in the line of scrimmage.
Check-down man was Jordan there, and now he gets the carry and slips. As Lamont Jordan slips at the 2-yard line, picking up 2 or 3 yards on the play. And again, the red zone where he's really valuable. Brad Badger, number 70, is lined up as an eligible receiver on the line. Second and goal, and here is Jordan, who walks in for the touchdown.
I guess not.
Well, you sacrifice the playmaking skills of Randy Moss as a receiver. Now, Jerry Rice in San Francisco scored a lot of touchdowns in this situation by being on the field, but what a lot of teams do is they get into a goal line package. You heard Brad Badger come in as the extra guy. You see it's a balanced front. You've got tight ends. You've got extra guys over here. That's going to give you the ability to run the ball, and that's exactly what the Oakland Raiders did. A good lead block, and look at the room right through here.
Zach Crocker, you're right. Moose does a great job of going and digging that guy out, making a nice, easy path there to the end zone.
And Janikowski adds the 10th point. Well, this is the power running game that Norv Turner espouses, and Lamont Jordan with a 2-yard run, and the Raiders lead by a score of 10-0. Here at the Coliseum, 3:07 remaining in the first. The Raiders up 10-0.
Poised for the possibility of another Yankees-Red Sox ALCS?
Absolutely. You would.
Can they top what happened last year? Can they? Is there any way they can top that one?
You always think they can, and then they do. So Cowboys will begin from the 20-yard line with some work to do, Darryl, as Bill Parcells' team, having won their first 2 road games of the year on the West Coast at San Diego and last week at San Francisco find themselves in an early deficit.
Well, the one thing that Coach Parcells, and I'm sure he has reminded his team about this during their preparation, is the Oakland Raiders have played good football through 3 quarters. Their problem is in the 4th quarter. They have really struggled. They've been in control of games, and they just can't finish them.
20-yard line, Bledsoe to throw on first down. And finally throws it in the vicinity of the Cowboys sideline. Keyshawn Johnson was closest to that.
Well, it's a combination of the Oakland Raiders getting some pressure on Drew Bledsoe, but it's also because of the coverage in the secondary. There's really nowhere for him to go with the ball. And Drew Bledsoe, I mean, he admits this himself. You know, he knows he's got a big league arm, and he feels that there's no throw out there on the football field that he can't make, and he does have a tendency to hold the football, and that's a perfect example right there. But it's a combination of things. It's the receivers not being able to beat tight coverage.
And a veteran, Warren Sapp, getting close to Bledsoe, who is now 0 for 3 in the passing department. And here's Julius Jones with the run, and he doesn't get much. A couple of yards with Derek Burgess making the play. So a very active first quarter for the former Eagle, now working for the Raiders.
Well, you expect that from Derek Burgess in the passing game, and we've seen him back in the pocket wreaking havoc on a couple of plays. But right there, another good job against the run. He's outside. He just squeezes down. He doesn't allow Julius Jones the cutback lane.
It'll be 3rd down and 8. Marion Barber, the 4th-round draft pick from Minnesota, has replaced Julius Jones in the backfield. And Bledsoe stepping up, and the pass is caught by Witten, but nowhere near the sticks. Jason Witten is tackled by the strong safety Derek Gibson. So once again, the Raiders hold, and 4th down coming up. Pick up a 5.
Well, we've got to get some kudos to this Raiders secondary right now. They're doing a tremendous job in their coverage schemes. There is really nowhere for Drew Bledsoe to throw the football.
Matt McBriar kicking to Chris Carr. Carr with an impressive punt return the last time out. Good high kick will send Carr back inside his 20. Flag down, and Carr is tackled at the 22-yard line. "56-yard punt by McBriar."
Matt McBriar has been a great weapon for the Cowboys so far this season, establishing field position, booming kicks from deep in his...
2 fouls on the play, both on the receiving team. Illegal block in the back during the return, 23. That penalty is declined. Holding during the kick, number 91. That penalty is accepted. 10-yard penalty. Receivers keep the ball. 1st down.
And we want to welcome the viewers who saw the Giants again pile up the scoring, defeating the St. Louis Rams 44-24. Dick Stockton along with Darryl Johnston and Tony Siragusa as the Oakland Raiders lead the Dallas Cowboys 10-0. And a 79-yard pass play from Kerry Collins to Randy Moss, setting up the first field goal. And with the Redskins winning in overtime and the Giants successful, that's the way the NFC East looks right now. The Redskins undefeated, the Giants a half a game behind. Eagles trailing in Kansas City, and the Cowboys trailing here. Following the holding penalty on the kick return, 1st and 10 from the 10, and here's Lamont Jordan. And Jordan picks up a couple of yards. He scored the only touchdown in the game, and he's tackled by Al Singleton after a pickup of 2.
Well, time to see how this Dallas Cowboy defense responds right now. They have really been struggling right now. Everything bad that could happen, not only on the defensive side of the ball, but as a team. The big play to Randy Moss in that opening series, they hold him to a field goal, but then the punt return team for the Oakland Raiders puts them in great field position. They go down the field, and Lamont Jordan punches it in from a couple of yards out.
Jason Ferguson has replaced Leroy Glover at nose tackle on 2nd down and 8. And here is Lamont Jordan again, looking to get on track this season. And a straight arm right into the hands of Anthony Henry. And the net gain is 23 yards for Jordan, and a 1st down to the 36.
The one surprising thing to me this season has been the lack of opportunities in the running game for the Oakland Raiders. A lot of that has to do with some penalty situations, but Norv Turner, a lot of people think his big thing is a vertical passing game, but that all starts with a really good running game, and this running game hasn't been able to get on track. But Lamont Jordan, he stepped up this week, took all the responsibility, and he's going to go out. He's trying to fix that all by himself early in this game.
First down at the 36, play action. And when you can run the ball, you can pass it on play action. But this time, Kerry Collins throws it away. Lamont Jordan, coming into the game, averaging 3 yards per carry, is averaging nearly 6 yards in the first quarter, and that is the end of the first period, with the Raiders leading the Cowboys by a score of 10-0. And Fox NFL Sunday will continue after these messages. Field analyst, it's 10-0 in favor of the Raiders, who will have a 2nd down and 10 coming up on their 36. And a good point by you, Darryl, about the fact that Norv Turner, excellent play caller, power running game is what keys it all, and that is what has keyed the Raiders in the first quarter. Collins with a fake and going deep to Randy Moss. Did he stay in bounds? And he did not. He was open, though, on the sideline.
Dallas very fortunate right there, because Kerry Collins, he wanted to go to the underneath receiver, and when everybody moved up on coverage, he tried to sneak one over the top to Randy Moss, but just a little bit late developing, he ran out of field on the sideline.
And with that run game working really well, Moose, that play action, them linebackers are always conscious of where Jordan is, or heavy on him right now, and that's going to open up the passing game.
3rd down and 10. Collins out of the shotgun. And the pass is caught by Moss. And a 1st down into Cowboy territory. Good grab by Randy Moss. A 20-yard pickup. And the Raiders make good on 3rd down.
One of the reasons that Randy Moss is able to do this is because he doesn't go for the ball until the last second. You see the stutter, the change of pace, but right at the last second, he reaches up and grabs that ball. And what a throw by Kerry Collins. I mean, we talked about him maybe having to throw it into areas where he knew he normally doesn't, but Aaron Glenn is in good position underneath. Roy Williams is coming in to put a big hit from the safety position, and he fits it right in between the two of them.
Throw the ball to Moss. It'll make you look good, Moose.
You said it. Sometimes you got to throw it even if there's a man on him, right, Tony?
Absolutely.
And it's worked for Kerry Collins so far. A minute going by, and a 1st down on the 44, and Collins throwing the ball down in disgust, and another penalty called.
Delay, offense, 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
The search for the perfect play. Sometimes you just got to get up there and run what's called in the huddle. These defenses have become so difficult, and they can disguise so well, and you get up there. But when you go to audible and the defenses come up and they've done something different to change, they're just going to bail out and play something that they're comfortable defending anything on the field with. A cover 2, some kind of look that they play very well.
1st down and 15, pressure coming, and Lamont Jordan goes right by that pressure and still fighting his way and gets close to the original line of scrimmage. Another penalty marker down. A 5-yard pickup for Jordan, and this time the call will go against the Cowboys. And DeMarcus Ware was the player who jumped because he got into the Raider backfield in a jiff.
Offside, defense, 94, 5-yard penalty.
So they get the 5 yards back.
DeMarcus Ware is trying to time up his blitz just a little bit early on Kerry Collins' cadence. Going for that sack. He's got to keep his eyes on that exchange so he knows when to bail out on Kerry Collins and come back on Lamont Jordan.
Rookie already has 1 today, 1 last week, 1st and 10, and Justin Fargas coming in the game for his first rush and the 2nd of the season is stopped by Jason Ferguson, the veteran. Of course, Bill Parcells likes to arm his team with a lot of the players that he has known in the past, and Ferguson, one of those. He called him probably the best draft pick he ever made. A 7th-round pick by the Jets back in '97 is Jason Ferguson.
Pretty bold statement. A nice compliment to Jason Ferguson, because Drew Bledsoe is a former draft pick of Bill Parcells, who's not done a bad job in the NFL.
And he meant defense. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. 2nd down and 8. Fargas remains in there. Play action. And Kerry Collins' pass bounces incomplete. And that will bring up 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up.
Not an unusual situation for these Oakland Raiders to be in. We've talked about the penalties a little bit and what they've done on the defensive side of the ball by generating 1st downs and things like that. But on the offensive side of the ball, it's gotten them into some really long 3rd yardage situations. And one of the reasons that Norv Turner has not been able to kind of establish that running game that's such a key component to his offensive system is they've gotten into these situations on 1st and 15, 1st and 20. That's really taken him out of his rhythm and his play calling.
And a timeout called by Kerry Collins, and you wonder whether there's anything wrong with Lamont Jordan, because Fargas came in and now Zach Crockett came in at running back. So we'll check to see whether Jordan is all right. Timeout, Raiders. And Lamont Jordan, apparently all right, is checked back in to the backfield. 3rd and 8.
Here's your threat right here. There's Randy Moss.
And Collins is going to go down. Looked like he might have tried to run with it because he had a lot of open field. And Scott Shanley and Jay Ratliff, a rookie from Auburn, and the sack by the Cowboys. No gain on the play. 4th down.
This is what's going to happen. You know, Randy Moss has talked about the ability to ad-lib and his change of pace on his routes. Well, that was great in Minnesota because Dante Culpepper could break, contain, and get outside and extend a play. It puts a huge amount of pressure on the offensive line and the coordination of the protection because Kerry Collins can't do that. They're going to have to create more time for him in the pocket.
Shane Leckler will do the kicking, and Patrick Creighton back deep, and this kick will bounce at the 5 and roll in. The Raiders had a couple of players to try to save it and couldn't. So it is a touchback, and the Cowboys will get it on the 20. Jones, Bledsoe, and the Dallas offense right after this break. Here in the 2nd quarter from the 20-yard line. They have had the ball 3 times, have punted 3 times, have 2 first downs. Julius Jones. And one of the defenders, Ed Jasper, had a hand on him from behind. Bobby Hamilton making the tackle along with Schweigert. 6-yard gain for Jones on 1st down.
The run defense of the Oakland Raiders has been very effective this year. Their problems have come in the passing game and mainly in the second halves of their football games. So not surprising to see them having a strong day so far going up against this Dallas run game.
Jones, 25 yards rushing, 3.1 average, 2nd down and 4. And the swing pass out to Julius Jones. And Jones gets the 1st down and finally brought down as he crosses the 35-yard line by Derek Burgess. So a 12-yard pickup, 1st down again for Dallas.
Good executed play right there by the Cowboys, getting Julius Jones out in the flat, outrunning Derek Burgess around the corner, and then the guys downfield on the screen pass, giving him some area to run. You see right there's something that Dallas has to correct. 4 passing yards.
On the 38 of the Cowboys. 2 wide receivers, a couple of tight ends. Max protect, and the pass caught by Keyshawn Johnson into Raider territory, and a 1st down to the 46-yard line. So Keyshawn, the hero of last week with the TD catch, picks up 16.
Keyshawn Johnson just coming downfield, turning around right when he gets to the yard marker. Just a simple curl route right there. Catches it in front of Nnamdi Asomugha. But they've been playing good coverage up until this point, but you know that is the weakness. And we talked about it with Randy Moss and the big play against Dallas' secondary. Well, don't bang your head against a brick wall with this running game. You've got to use Drew Bledsoe and those receivers because they had a breakout game last week against the 49ers.
And now Tyson Thompson, the rookie, in his 1st carry of the game, and a good-looking run off the left side, gets inside the 40. Before Stuart Schweigert, the free safety, makes the tackle. An 8-yard gain for the rookie from San Jose State and the great high school performer, first native Irving, Texas player for the Cowboys.
Bill Parcells, he's infatuated with the speed of Tyson Thompson. I mean, that is the one thing that he always says, and it's that big play potential. And you don't have to throw the ball vertically down the field to get chunks of yards. He thinks that Tyson Thompson can do that in the running game.
Second down and 3. Thompson remaining in there. And gets the call again, and Tyson Thompson with a first down. So Bill Parcells promised he was going to use Barber and Thompson to give Julius Jones a breather today, and he has. Bobby Hamilton makes the stop on Thompson after a pickup of 7 and another first down.
Well, he wants to get Tyson Thompson at least one series per half, and we talked about Julius Jones last week with 71 plays on the offensive side of the ball, and Bill Parcells doesn't want to get in that habit. He wants him below 60 plays per game, so Tyson Thompson has got to show that he can do the protection part, so he has the confidence to put him on the field.
Cowboys on the Raider 32. Play action. And Bledsoe has an open receiver, and it's Thompson, the running back, and Thompson is tackled short of the first down by about 1.5 yards. So nearly 9 yards. Charles Woodson, the veteran cornerback, who was shaken up last week but returned. So it'll be third down, second down and short coming up for the Cowboys.
We've seen the Oakland Raiders in their play-action passing game really having trouble getting the ball down the field, but Sean Payton right there, the play that he calls, Tyson Thompson is a viable receiver. He's got guys on the outside going down the field, but as part of the play-action, you've got to get down and check it down so your quarterback has an outlet.
Can do anything on 2nd and 2, really can keep the defense guessing. They'll keep it on the ground. And Thompson picking up the first down at the 20-yard line.
You don't really expect anything from a Bill Parcells coach team on 2nd and 2. Besides that, do you, Mr. Stockton?
No. He wants to show his power running game as well. If you want to call Thompson with his speed a power runner.
Well, you know, you go to the left side, you've got Larry Allen, Flozell Adams over there, some big bodies. You know, historically, that has been where they've gone when they need some critical yards in the run game.
And Andre Garrod has come in for Al Johnson. They said they would use him more against the bigger Ted Washington, the nose tackle. Thompson is in there, and the running play to Thompson, and he has been the carrier.
The whole middle of the field on that particular play, Moose, was wide open because they're both tackles going to the outside and not staying in the middle. They saw that up in the booth, and guarantee we're going to see that play again on that draw. You can see right here, both of those tackles out wide. All they do is they go and they turn them out. There's a lane right up the middle. All you got to do is get that middle linebacker block. You're going to get 5 yards every time on that play unless they change their alignments.
And Andre Garrod, the big man, getting the job done against Washington. It'll be second down and 4 on the 14-yard line. It's been Thompson's drive, and again going up the middle, and Ronaldo Hill coming up from the secondary to make the tackle, limiting Thompson to a gain of 1.
You can see right there how important the red zone has been for this Cowboy offense. Week 1 against the San Diego Chargers, 4 for 4 touchdowns. Week 3, San Francisco last week, 5 for 5, getting touchdowns. Against Washington, they were kicking field goals. That put them in the position to get beat late in that game.
Marion Barber has come in, so Julius Jones with a well-deserved rest. He was the workhorse early, and the pitch going to Barber, the rookie from Minnesota, and he is stopped at the 12-yard line. Warren Sapp leading the charge, coming off a terrific game last week against the Eagles. And Barber stopped for either no gain or a 1-yard effort. Good defense, and Bill Parcells shows his angst on the sideline. 4th down, and a field goal attempt coming up.
If Warren Sapp has to run down the line of scrimmage 8 yards, expect him to hit somebody, whether it's the ball carrier or the official or somebody, because that's not easy for a defensive tackle there in the middle.
Not at all, and he's taking a couple of deep breaths. 4 yards, and that's how much it is. And Jose Cortez has come in, and LP LaDussard is the new long snapper. John Kondo had a couple of bad snaps last week. John Kondo last week.
Yeah, right there, we've got to explain that too, because you saw Larry Allen come up. We thought it was because of Jose Cortez. He was actually mad at Jose because he blamed it on John Kondo.
And here is Cortez with a 29-yard attempt, and the kick is good. So the Dallas Cowboys finally score with just under 6 minutes remaining in the second. 10-3 in favor of Oakland.
Have really grabbed the momentum in this game. Some unfortunate situations, the big play, a special teams miscue with a long punt return, but Tyson Thompson comes in and is really a guy that kind of ignited that offense with some speed, maybe some subtle power moves there at the end. But you saw the graphic. You know, Dallas against Washington was kicking field goals in the red zone, and the other two games they've won, they've scored a touchdown every time they've gone in there. And I can't impress enough the importance of getting 7 points, especially when you're down 10-0. A lot of that momentum shifts back to your opponent when you get into that red zone and don't come away with 6.
Well, Bill Parcells has kept his word. He wanted to give Julius Jones a breather, and he has used both of his rookie running backs, Barber and Thompson, so far in this first half. So the kickoff by Cortez, and Chris Carr about a yard out of the end zone returning. Chris Carr has some open field ahead of him, and a terrific return by the rookie Chris Carr as he gets it 36 yards close to the 40. Well, can Randy Moss continue his dominance of the Cowboys? We'll be right back. 7-yard line with under 6 minutes to go, and Randy Moss, 2 catches for 99 yards, one of course for 79 to set up the first score. In motion, Zach Crockett out to the left. And Collins goes underneath to Jerry Porter for his first catch of the game, and a gain of 4.
We'll go back to that kickoff and show you how close Dallas came. Here's Jose Cortez. He's going to be your kicker, and they're going to take it this way. Watch how the Oakland Raider kickoff return team clears a massive running lane for Chris Carr, and who's the guy that steps in there to get it? Jose Cortez does a good job of not getting too far behind his coverage, so Chris Carr has a two-way go. He gets right up into that running lane, doesn't make the tackle, but stops a big return.
Cowboys have been using it a 4-3 as opposed to an almost 3-4 with Jason Ferguson in there. Here's Lamont Jordan. He's going nowhere as he is dragged down by DeMarcus Ware, and a loss of 2. For a game break, here's James Brown.
Hey, fellas, take a look here. Indianapolis coach to Marvin Harrison. 101 receiving yards. Colts stay undefeated. So did Cincinnati. Carson Palmer hooking up with Jeremy Johnson. Cincinnati 4-0 for the first time since 1988. That's the last time they were in the Super Bowl. Back to Dick Stockton.
All right, JB, and of course Tampa Bay and Washington remaining undefeated in the NFC today. 3rd down and 7. And Collins' pass is incomplete, trying to go to his tight end Courtney Anderson, and covered downfield by the linebacker Scott Shanley. So it'll be 4th down, and Shane Leckler will come in to kick it away.
Well, after a sluggish start in their pass coverage, the Dallas Cowboys have really shored some things up. You saw the big play to Randy Moss on that opening series, but since that time, they've done a good job in their coverage schemes. Kerry Collins has been forced to hold the ball. He's having difficulty finding the open receiver.
2-time Pro Bowler Shane Leckler will be kicking, and Patrick Creighton back to receive. And this kick will sail, drop at the 5, stays in bounds, and the Raiders will down it at the 1-yard line. Now the question is, are the feet in bounds? Yes. Great play made down at the 1-yard line.
No, he's a touchback. I'd take a shot at this one. I'm surprised he's not challenging it. That's 19 yards of field position.
Starting from the 1, and of course, Bill Parcells did not throw the red flag. Not going to waste the challenge here. On 1st down, Julius Jones back in the game, and Jones picking up 2 yards with Tommy Kelly and then Morrison.
Yeah, I'm thinking Bill Parcells, not Norv Turner, should have maybe challenged this play. And you see right there is the second defender comes in. Now, if any part of his foot touches that white line, then it's a touchback. I mean, he's very, very close right there. I guess what your thought process is, you know, it's not worth the risk to me. I want to keep him. I may need him later on for something more important, but that's 19 yards, and he's a field position guy.
Cowboys have not had good field position to start their drives today. From the end zone, and the pass nearly intercepted by Osamoah, and a flag is down at the 15-yard line. It was Keyshawn Johnson, the target for Drew Bledsoe.
Prior to the pass, holding, 21, defense, 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So Nnamdi Asamoah holding on the play, and the Cowboys get out of danger and get a first.
Well, he had an opportunity to make a huge play, but it would have come back anyways. He's beyond the 5 yards right there. You see the little tug at the top of the route. He breaks underneath Keyshawn Johnson. Doesn't make the play, but it would have come back anyways. Good call by the officials. He gave him a tug on the jersey.
See, that's why Parcells didn't have to challenge that one.
He knew. He knew his guys would be able to get themselves out of that hole.
Parcells knows which officials to challenge and not. He knows the crews. Got a pretty good book on them. First down, Julius Jones. And Jones powering his way close to the 15-yard line. Derek Gibson, the strong safety on the tackle, nearly 5 yards on the play. And that's no joke, because Bill Parcells, very astute as to what the officials will call and whether they will give you the break on the review. So he puts that in his back pocket.
Not only do you have to worry about that, but this end zone over here, you got all these crazy people having a good time, laughing. It's hard for Drew Bledsoe to go and audible off or even signal to his players. He's probably going to have to use hand signals if he wants to use the audibles.
Thanks for getting my back, Tony. Thanks for getting my back, Tony.
I got you.
Second down and 5, and the catch made and out of bounds. Keyshawn Johnson did not either have control or both feet in. It is ruled an incomplete pass, and we'll see which one he did not have.
Well, we saw Keyshawn make some great catches along the sideline last week against San Francisco.
Did not have control when he got down.
That's the amazing things that the officials are able to do, is move from, first of all, they look for possession. Does he have possession? And then they quickly come down to see if he gets his feet in bounds. And you know, I can't impress upon you enough. All right,
well, there's
it's
a
coming out now.
challenge.
So he's going to challenge that one. We'll see what happens. I mean, that's your guy. You talked about former players coming on with Bill Parcells.
Dallas is challenging the ruling down the field that it was an incomplete pass. We'll review the play.
He knows how good Keyshawn is at making these plays, and it looks as though his feet were down and then they popped up, and the question will be is, did he get him back down again? And number one, did he have possession? This is a tricky one. Keyshawn Johnson actually has possession, but watch his feet pop up right there. Now they come off the ground. He's got possession, but watch his left hand. Touches out of bounds before he gets his feet back down. Once a part of the body goes out of bounds, the entire player is out of bounds.
Here's Bill Carollo.
After reviewing the play, it's been determined the receiver hit out of bounds with his left elbow first. Therefore, it's an incomplete pass. The play stands as called. Dallas is charged with a timeout.
And a great replay by our crew, which showed exactly that, as the both feet were up in the air, not by much, just a couple of inches at that, and he landed on the elbow. So an incomplete pass, and the challenge is turned away, and it's a timeout charge to Dallas, bringing up third down and 5. Marion Barber is in the backfield, 4th-round draft pick out of the University of Minnesota.
This is where one of those defensive tackles we had earlier, both of them lining up outside. Either Warren Sapp has to come back inside and not leave the middle of that field open.
And Bledsoe's pass caught by Witten, the tight end, and he gets the first down. So Jason Witten with a 13-yard pickup. Second catch of the game. Derek Gibson, the strong safety, was with him. Witten, big production in the first half of last week's game against the 49ers, has been the go-to guy for the Cowboys the last couple of years.
Well, what happened last week against San Francisco, he had such a great first half that they had to make some adjustments going into the second half. That opened things up for Terry Glenn and Keyshawn Johnson to have their big second halves.
Double covered in the second half, leaving the wide receivers open. First down, Dallas on the 25. And here's Keyshawn Johnson, but the pass a little bit too high along the sideline. Will bring up 2nd and 10, covered by Asamoah. And 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Low-scoring game, a bit of a surprise with the Raiders over the Cowboys, 10-3.
Well, now a lot of that production came in the second half. So we'll see what happens as we move into the second half of this football game this afternoon. But, you know, to me, he's your big threat guy. He's your big playmaker for this Dallas offense in the passing game. So they've got to find a way to get him involved.
He had 108 yards in the second half alone last week. 2nd and 10. And in motion, the tight end Witten out to the right. And the handoff to Julius Jones. And Jones is buried. And Warren Sapp coming up big for the Raiders, and they have really done a good job against the Cowboys running game, except for that one series with Thompson, a loss of 1.
Well, Warren Sapp does a good job of playing off the block. He's going across right there. He sees the running back. He comes back, beats Larry Allen across his face to make the tackle. And I think the big thing for Warren is last year they had him at defensive end. That's not his spot. He needs to be down at tackle in a wide split.
And you mentioned Glenn shutout. Keyshawn Johnson only 1 catch today. And this pass thrown up and past Keyshawn Johnson. So nearly intercepted by Nnamdi Asamoah. 4th down coming up for the Cowboys.
Keyshawn Johnson on the outside. He stops a little bit short, expecting the curl. Drew Bledsoe throws it deep.
So the Cowboys started on the 1-yard line. Following that last punt, got a 1st down, but the Raider defense has done a tremendous job today. Matt McBriar will be punting, and Chris Carr to return for the Raiders. Each team has 2 timeouts remaining. Good high kick by McBriar. And fielding it on the 20-yard line is Carr. And a flag down, and Carr is also down at the 27-yard line.
Looks like we could have a block in the back on number 51, Tim Johnson.
55-yard punt by McBriar.
Yeah, I was standing right there, Dow, right where it happened. It didn't look like he hit him hard, but the official was really quick with that flag.
Yeah, I mean, he tried to hold up.
During the return, illegal block in the back, 51 on the return team. 10-yard penalty. Receivers will keep the ball. 1st down, timeout.
What the Raiders have to realize is with all these penalties, they're not going to get cut a large margin of break. These officials are going to be watching everything they do. If it's close, they're going to get flagged.
Their best of 5 playoff. So it's game 1 with the Yankees and the Angels Tuesday night. 109 remaining. And it'll be 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And Lamont Jordan has had a solid running first half, picking up 4 yards. And Jordan with his 10th attempt of the game as the Raiders cling to a 1-touchdown lead. They've been getting the short end of the penalty story. Once again, 5 times they've been hit to only once for the Cowboys. Jordan again trying to go outside to the left and is stopped by Greg Ellis. And a loss on the play. And the crowd not pleased with the play calling, at least on the first 2 plays on this series. Officially no gain on the play will bring up 3rd and 6.
Well, looks as though Bill Parcells is content to let this clock run out too, take it into the half, and he's got 2 timeouts, so we'll see if they can get a little spark here. Tough to get that first down in a 2-minute situation.
On the 18-yard line, Collins passes to Jordan, gets by 1 defender and finally knocked out of bounds, and that will stop the clock with 7 seconds. Chris Canty making the play. So we have 7 seconds remaining in the half. Coming up on the Visa halftime report, JB, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy will have scores and highlights from around the league. And the Fox Sports ticker has up to the second scores and stats. So 4th down coming up, and Shane Leckler will come in and punt.
All right, Dick, here's my theory on this right here. All right, we're going to bring this guy in, we're going to bring this guy in, and I'm going to bring my punt returner all the way up in here. Make sure they're not going to do something silly out here and try and pop up and throw. But with 7 seconds left, I'm going to bring 11 guys in.
And a delay of the game penalty.
Offense, 5-yard penalty.
They'll mark 5 yards off.
If you bring your forcers in from the outside, the return men have to come in and respect their ability to rush the punter. And then I bring my punt returner up too. You've got 7 seconds left. There's really nothing good going to come out of this. Take a shot at overloaded and blocking the punt.
They still have Patrick Creighton back down there, and they were coming. And Leckler just got rid of it in a hurry, and it is down with 1 second, and now the clock has run out.
They might get one, possibly 2 seconds put back on this clock.
Yeah,
so.
After the Raiders downed it, Randall Williams, the former Cowboy receiver, 2 seconds ticked off, so I think there is some time left.
And Randall Williams, let that ball bounce to the ground and let the half run out. You've given Drew Bledsoe, who's got the arm strength, to throw this ball into the end zone. He's created an opportunity for a Hail Mary.
Clock was running, no need to down anything.
Illegal touching on the kicking team. There's also a correction to the clock. There should be 1 second on the game clock. 1 second on the game clock when the kicking team recovered the ball.
Well, time for a Hail Mary with 1 second.
Well, hopefully for Randall Williams' sake that this thing doesn't blow up on him.
And the key here for Drew Bledsoe, and when you try the Hail Mary, is that completing it or not, sometimes you're better off if you get a pass interference call, and then you would have one more play to try a field goal.
There's 3 possibilities, and 2 of them favor the offense.
Here's Bledsoe. Time has run out. And here is the Hail Mary passing attempt, and it is intercepted. Charles Woodson picks it off as time runs out. And a game in which only 1 touchdown, a couple of field goals. That is the end of the first half with the score. The Raiders 10 and the Cowboys 3. Fox NFL Sunday continues with the Visa halftime report after these messages and a word from your local Fox station. After beating the 49ers and trail here 10-3 as you look at the statistical story, and the Raiders averaging 7 yards per play compared to the Cowboys under 4. And there you see the fantasy update. Drew Bledsoe has thrown an interception, touchdown for Lamont Jordan, and that has been the only touchdown in the game. So looking at the Raiders, and it looked like we were going to have a high-scoring affair early on and has settled down into a defensive battle. Your view, Darryl?
Well, you heard Jimmy and Howie talk about the adjustments being made in the first half to kind of counteract some success by each team as that half wore on. But the big thing is going to be here in the second half. Norv Turner knows that this is a fourth-quarter league. The Cowboys games have always come down to the last couple of minutes. It's going to be decided in the fourth quarter again today, I think. So we'll see if this Oakland Raider team has taken that next step to win a close game.
All right, Tony, what do you have?
I thought the Coach Parcells going in. He says he cannot go and win this game if he has to air it up 20, 30 times in the second half. They have to get the run game established. One thing where he thinks they can go and take advantage of is when the Raiders think that they're going to be passing the ball. The middle of the field is a soft spot, so he wants to try and take advantage of that when they're in nickel.
All right, and I want to remind you, for the latest in fantasy stats, log on to foxsports.com. And I particularly, liked Jimmy Johnson's remark that once that one long pass to Randy Moss for 79 yards was history, the Cowboys really clamped down their defense, so it's turned into that kind of a game.
You know, the worst case scenario happens opening drive. You've got Randy Moss running free through your secondary, and they hold him to a field goal there and then make the adjustments necessary where they haven't been able to come back and hit Dallas with another big play.
Following the touchback, first down at the 20-yard line. Play action on first down for Kerry Collins, and he goes underneath to Lamont Jordan, who picks up a couple of yards, and Brady James was with him all the way. Pickup was 3.
Well, but that's something that they weren't doing in the first half. When they do their play action, they're really kind of doing a max protection. You've got your 5 offensive linemen, your tight end, your 2 backs. You're keeping those guys in, so they're trying to create time in the pocket for Randy Moss and the wide receivers to get down the field, but then the running backs also have to check down to give Kerry Collins that outlet to throw the ball to.
Collins, 7 of 12 for 136 yards. Play action again, penalty flag. And this pass is knocked away, almost intercepted by Dat Wynn, intended for Jerry Porter, and a penalty flag down.
I think Kerry Collins knew that he had a free play right there, so that's kind of uncharacteristic of him. That was well covered, and he talked about not wanting to make bad decisions.
Offside, defense, 94. 5-yard penalty, replay, second down.
That's a great job of him, though, if he thought it was a free play, Darryl. I mean, You know, you got to throw that ball downfield sometimes. Even though in that double coverage, you got to go and get that ball out there if you want to make the plays downfield.
Yeah, I think DeMarcus Ware was across so obviously that he knew that he was going to get that free shot and tried to fit one into some tight coverage.
A lot of quarterbacks out there like John Elway made a living on them.
Sure did, and a lot of great ones like Elway. Not all of them are great. Here's Lamont Jordan, has the first down. So as a result of the penalty, the Raiders only needed 2 yards, and they get 6. Brady James bringing down Lamont Jordan, and what a difference 1 week makes, as Jordan has gained 54 yards rushing, had 70 yards in the team's opening game loss in New England, dropped to 59 in game 2, 19 last week. First down at the 34 of the Raiders. Again, Jordan. Strong runner and very close to the first down, and it appears that he has it. Greg Ellis grabbed a hold of him, and it's right about the sticks. And it is another Raider first down.
Well, Norv Turner's going to kind of run through a cycle of plays, and if he starts to find some things that are successful for his offense, he's going to force you to stop that. So if he's come across some running plays here where he feels he's got an advantage against your defense, you're going to get a heavy dose of that over the next few snaps.
How good does that make play action? And Jordan could get that, and they're going to try another one with Lamont Jordan, and this time picks up a yard. This time Chris Canty, defensive end, rookie from the University of Virginia, in on the play.
Jake Grove, the center, also from the Raiders, doing a really good job of going and getting on the nose guard, getting some push there with Ron Stone next to him, a guy who moved from guard over to center, and that's not an easy adjustment for a lineman.
And Grove himself started 8 games at right guard last year, was a second-round pick. Tony back in 04, so it'll be second down and 9. Going back in pass coverage is the man you circled, Ware, and carrying the ball is Lamont Jordan, and Singleton makes the tackle after a gain of 4. Right now, they're right about second base. Right about where you can make that double play, that 6 unassisted throw to first.
I don't like the stadiums with the infield that are there, the baseball, football combination stadiums. They were hoping to be able to get that grass down, but you can't even explain to people how hard that surface is where the infield is.
I love playing on that dirt, man.
I guess so.
You got to go. You grab a nice handful once in a while and throw it around a little bit, and you know makes you feel like a nice guy, just get a little dirty, you know, not like all clean when you play on turf all the time. Like getting dirty.
And speaking of a handful, Courtney Anderson got a handful of the football, 16-yard gain, as Scott Shanley and Roy Williams bring him down into Cowboy territory.
This is a player that's kind of poised for a big season right now, and we've talked about the impact that Randy Moss has. You've got to, if you're going to double cover him, there's going to give opportunities for the other guys, and he had a nice game last week against Philadelphia, getting 100 yards receiving.
First down, and here is Lamont Jordan. Very strong runner is Lamont Jordan, and close to the first down, maybe shy by a yard. And Kenyon Coleman, who is a Raider 3 years ago, had missed Jordan initially, and they'll spot it about a yard shy of the first down.
What Oakland is doing on this opening drive of the second half is avoiding the penalties that have really kind of got them out of their rhythm. I really think that Norv Turner is the best game day play caller in the NFL, but he's been kind of challenged by the down and distances they've gotten in. By not having the penalties, his playbook is wide open.
Second down and 1 at the 24, and this time Zach Crockett has the first down, and giving Lamont Jordan a breather. Crockett picking up 2 yards on the play. Roy Williams made the tackle. 8 running plays and only 1 passing play on this series for the Raiders, and they have a first down on the Cowboy 22.
Well, the 49ers exposed Dallas a little bit last week, a group that had really struggled running the football, as Jake Grove comes hobbling off the field a little bit right there. And Tony just talked about how well he was playing at center, so we've got Adam True in there, number 62, so we'll see if that impacts the running game that you were just talking about, Dick.
Play action, and the running game is worked. Play action is open, and so is Randy Moss on a comebacker to the 10-yard line. Another Oakland first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Randy Moss up here at the top of your screen. He's just running into that open area. You've got a zone coverage. He finds the soft spot, delivered on time by Kerry Collins. Keith Davis doesn't have the opportunity to get there to make the play because of good timing between quarterback and wide receiver.
3 catches and 111 yards for Randy Moss.
44 100-yard games. Man.
First down. And here's Lamont Jordan back in the game as he fights his way down to the 5-yard line off the right side. A 6-yard pickup. Good block by the tight end on that play. Courtney Anderson, and the Raiders threaten, and doing it just about virtually on the ground.
There's Courtney Anderson, number 83. If you're going to run to the outside, you've got to have a good blocking tight end. He takes Scott Fujita, turns him to the outside, creates a good running lane for Lamont Jordan to get into.
Jordan has been the bulwark. 86 yards on 17 carries in the game. Second on the 5-yard line. Kerry Collins may have to just get rid of it, and he does. Not to take any chances. Marcus Spears was trailing Kerry Collins, and he throws it away.
There's that play action again, and it's been successful down the field, but now that you're in the red zone, there's less area for the defense to cover. These are the only 2 guys that are going to get out on the pass play, and when they're covered, Kerry Collins has nowhere to go with the ball. Lamont Jordan checks out, but he checks out very late. Here he comes right here. He's just going to try and get down the sideline. But that's not really an opportunity. You had 5 guys in the Dallas secondary covering 2 options to throw the ball to.
It's 3rd down and 4, and the Raiders can actually get a first down without scoring a touchdown. And a timeout called. And first timeout. Collins with a few words for Bill Carollo, the referee, before he goes to the sideline.
Andrew Justin.
By Norv Turner.
Yeah, if the run's working, man, you got to stick with it. Them 2-man routes sort of getting boring back here from where I'm at.
12th play of the drive, 3rd down and 5 after a Raider timeout. They get 3rd down and 4. And Collins with a lot of time, and his pass is knocked away. He was going for Albus Whitted, and Dat Wynn with good coverage. Dat Wynn with a big play. Remember last week he had an interception and a fumble recovery, brings up 4th down.
Dat Wynn he's off to a great start this season. He's coming from the backside. I mean, he was all the way near the back of the end zone, cuts across, good play on the ball to get a deflection. I just can't tell you how well he's played this season, making some big plays.
23-yard field goal, and Janikowski may be back on the mark as he connects on his 2nd field goal of the game, and the Raiders extend their lead to 13-3. Remaining in the 3rd, the scoring drive, and Lamont Jordan rushing for 38 yards plus a reception, counted for 41 of the 75 yards on that drive. And now kicking off will be Sebastian Janikowski. Tyson Thompson will back deep, and the ball will go out of bounds. So a big break for the Cowboys as he'll start from the 40-yard line. So Janikowski
Kickoff out of bounds.
kicks it out of bounds.
By rule, the receivers will take the ball at the 40-yard line. First down.
And so remember, Keyshawn Johnson was the hero last week for the Cowboys. He comes back with the Dallas offense. Let's see what they do. Lamont Jordan with a contraption that I don't
Getting a little treatment there. I'm going to make a guess that is circulating cold water around his wrist. We saw him go out in the first half. Maybe he sprained his left wrist.
Julius Jones on first down, maybe a yard as they start from the 40-yard line. Gibson was there in the tackle. Hey, Tony, back to Oakland. I don't know what kind of a favorite you are with the Raider fans after your Ravens came in and won the AFC Championship game, huh?
Yeah, got a lot of friends down here, man. They're just, they're waving, but they can't use all their fingers. It's amazing. They're giving me a high sign and telling me I'm number 1. It's amazing down here. I love it. Love Oakland.
You were kind of their quarterback in particular, weren't you? Mr. Gannon.
Yeah, Rich Gannon back in the day. That's the last time I was here. A lot of memories on this field. I'm sure for me and them, both.
2nd down and 8 at the 42. Again, Jones, and again the Raiders, and a flag is down. Raiders doing a terrific job on run defense all day. 1 yard pending the penalty.
They're doing a nice job of gang tackling, too. All 11 guys to the line of scrimmage, and they're not giving up anything up there in the line of scrimmage.
That scoring drive by the Raiders ended up with a field goal, but 6:45 off the clock.
Offside, defense, 56. Lined up in the neutral zone, 5-yard penalty, replay, second down.
There it is right there. The offense was able to go down the field, have that time-consuming drive that you talked about because they didn't have any penalties. And Rob Ryan's just got to be going crazy right now. I mean, 2 good stops on running plays, you give them a free 5-yarder. It's just, you talked to Warren Sapp and he said it's unbelievable. We just put ourselves in the worst positions. We make a play and it gets taken away and the advantage goes to the opposition because of our penalties.
Discipline, concentration, call it what you will. Second down and 3, play action. Bledsoe being chased and fires it away. And it was Tommy Kelly that time. Defensive end, crowd yelling for an intentional grounding call, but he was in good position.
Yeah, well, he's got to break the pocket to be able to do this. And the pocket now is tackle to tackle. Once Drew Bledsoe gets outside of the designated pocket, all he's got to do is clear the line of scrimmage. It doesn't have to be an intended receiver in the area.
And the play action doesn't work unless the run game is working, Moose.
Yeah.
I mean, how are you going to go and fake somebody out and say, oh, I'm going to run the ball, and then and fake it and go to the pass if the run game is getting nothing?
So it's third down and 3. Marion Barber is in at running back. Remember, Glenn has been shut out so far today, but Witten, the tight end, on a crossing pattern, a shallow cross and a first down to the 43-yard line. So the 10-yard pickup to Mr. Reliable, the tight end Jason Witten, and a first down.
Yeah, Jason Witten just keeps moving the sticks, and you get him matched up. He's running through the zone. Derek Gibson just a little bit late picking him up as he crosses into his zone, and Jason Witten, 3 more opportunities for the Dallas offense.
4 guys trying to get him down. He didn't want to go down there for anything.
Nah, they got to give him the nickname Big Country. He's just a big old farm boy right there.
And Ronaldo Hill trying to jam the ball loose to no avail. First down at the 43. Julius Jones. And Jones gets down to the 41-yard line. 1-yard gain. Bobby Hamilton making the play, and Hamilton, another former Bill Parcells player, performed 3 years when Parcells was head coach of the Jets, 97 to 99, and went to 2 Super Bowls with the New England Patriots. So here's Parcells' record, 1-0 this year after winning no games trailing at halftime, 2-0 after trailing after 3. Couldn't get a win last year under those circumstances. Second down and 9. Bledsoe under pressure, and down he goes. Back to the 48, and Derek Burgess coming in for the sack. That'll be a loss of 6 yards, and the second sack for Burgess today.
He's having a monster day this afternoon. He's getting his pressure on repeated plays. You come out, Jason Witten, you've got a running back there. He tries to come back and get him, but he gets in the way of Julius Jones, gets in his way, but he seemed a little bit confused on that blocking right there because that's not Jason Witten. Jason Witten's not going to come up and throw a couple hands at somebody. He'll come up and put his helmet on you.
Raiders had only 2 sacks coming in this game, and Burgess has 2 this afternoon. So they have found a pass rush to this point. And a flag down on third down and 14, and they'll blow the play dead. And we'll see whether Tommy Kelly had jumped offside.
Yeah, unabated to the quarterback, so they shut it down. No free play there when you got a chance of getting your quarterback smacked.
Neutral zone infraction, 93. Defense coming in the neutral zone, creating a false start. By rule, 5-yard penalty, third down.
So again, another penalty charge to the Raider defense. So now a manageable 3rd and 9 as Bledsoe under pressure today has been hit 5 times, hurried 5. Has thrown 1 interception. That one was a moot point. It was at the last play at the end of the half.
So, but there you see again, Dallas 2 penalties for 10 yards. The Raiders 8 penalties. And they're these types. I mean, you go from 3rd and 16 or 3rd and 14 to 3rd and 9 right here.
On the 42 of the Raiders, Marion Barber, the running back, going out on a pattern, and Bledsoe's not going to get a chance. Warren Sapp.
Oh, they're good. I can't believe he did that. He slammed him to the ground. First down, Dallas. Man, you got to use your head, Warren.
And you were talking to Warren during practice the other day about this very thing. And he should know. He's been around long enough. Roughing the passer.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, throwing the quarterback to the ground.
It doesn't matter how talented you are. If you don't play smart, you're going to cost your team at some point. He does everything right. He gets to Drew Bledsoe. The whistle's blowing. Don't pick him up and off his feet and slam him onto his shoulder.
I don't know, man. I don't agree with that move.
Tony, you know it's a rule. You know it's a rule.
Let me tell you something. Drew Bledsoe's not a little guy, man. This guy's a big guy who can go and escape from that, man. You got to go and take him down.
It doesn't matter.
I don't know when the whistle was blown. You don't know when it was blown.
It doesn't matter if it was blown, if it wasn't blown. The rule is you can't slam the quarterback to the ground.
Well, if it was anybody else, I don't know if that flag would have came out.
Oh, no way. No way.
Bledsoe
that
is
rule
not
is
going
probably
anywhere.
put into place because of what you did to Gannon in 1998.
I don't know. I just don't see it. I know Warren Sapp's mad. Now you got a guy mad.
Hey, Tony, Darryl has a good point there.
Not good enough for me, man. I'll tell you. You got to get the quarterback when you can. He's a football player.
1st and 10 on the 32. Keyshawn Johnson with a wide receiver pass downfield, and he was going for Julius Jones, the running back, but Derek Gibson was in the neighborhood. So a flea flicker attempt. And Keyshawn Johnson having a difficult throw, Darryl, across the field, I would think, huh?
You might want to split Drew Bledsoe out wide and throw him the short pass and let him throw the difficult one. I mean, this is going from the numbers all the way across the field outside the opposite numbers. I like the play call.
Spiral, too.
Yeah, but Sean Payton, we're all worked up because of Warren Sapp's play, so he knows the Raiders are angry, and he comes after him. The first play, he throws a gadget trying to get 6.
2nd and 10 on the 32. 13-3 in favor of the Raiders. And the fake end around. Julius Jones carries inside the 30-yard line, getting 4 yards. Kirk Morrison and the nose tackle Ted Washington bring Jones down. Jones getting somewhat of a breather today, has picked up 37 yards on 13 carries. That's under a 3-yard average.
I hope we have an ISO camera on Warren Sapp on the next pass play, because he does not look happy right now from what I can see down here on the field.
Well, you got Marion Barber in there, too, and this is what their concern is. He's your tailback. They were really worried about him in pass protection.
3rd down and 6 at the 28. And a short pass getting hit is Bledsoe, and he gets rid of the ball, and it's caught by Jason Witten. I don't know how Bledsoe got rid of it as he was about to get clobbered. A 7-yard pickup. And it may be enough for the first down, and it is to the 21.
Well, that tells you the strength that Drew Bledsoe has, because he's got a guy right in his. He doesn't even get to follow through on that ball. He kind of flicks it. Ronaldo Hill is coming right into his face. You can see right there. Drew Bledsoe didn't even get to follow through on that and was still able to get it in an area where Jason Witten could catch it.
You said it right there, Bruce. He's a strong guy, so when you get him, you got to take him down.
Oh, here he comes. Here he comes.
First down at the 21. And flag is down. Penalty marker down, and Keyshawn Johnson with a touchdown, but a flag was thrown.
Looks like it's on Dallas, guys.
Over the motion, number 19, offense. 5-yard penalty, replay, first down.
And it was on Keyshawn Johnson, illegal motion. Probably moved toward the field, line of scrimmage a little too quickly.
When you go in motion, you've got to stay parallel to the line of scrimmage. You can see right there, he's drifting towards the line of scrimmage. That's a point of emphasis the last couple of years in the NFL. At least it's on him, you know. He gets the touchdown catching it with somebody else. You can come back to him and be all mad at him, but he's got nobody to be mad at but himself.
Now Witten goes out wide right. First down and 15 on the 26. The handoff to Jones, getting a hole off the right side, and Jones tackled at the 11-yard line by Danny Clark, a 14-yard gain. And Keyshawn Johnson, who said he wants to be a complete player, not just a guy who catches passes, with a key block on that run by Jones.
Well, if you're going to have some big runs, you saw it to the sideline, hold his arm a little bit, immediately goes down to catch some breath.
Marion Barber getting the call, and here he is on the run, and he's stopped behind the line. And Charles Woodson making the play, no gain, as we now have 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the third. It'll be 3rd down and 1 still for Dallas. Barber goes out, and Julius Jones comes back in for the Cowboys.
Go back and take a look at that last play. Here's Julius Jones popping up. Looks like he might have a little bit of a groin pull. He's got his arm down, so he's not 100% right now on a critical snap in the red zone.
He's in the backfield, 3rd down and 1. And they go to Jones, and he doesn't make it. Jones appeared to be stopped short. Derek Gibson, the strong safety, but Danny Clark, who has been outstanding on run defense for the Raiders. And 4th down coming up, and the Cowboys will have to try for 3.
There's Danny Clark, number 55. He gets in. Boy, he just flattens Flozell Adams. He caught Flozell trying to get to another level. He didn't see him coming in and took him right back and collapsed the whole hole.
Jose Cortez, who connected from 29 yards out. And here you see Bill Parcells with a few words on the sidelines. This will be a 30-yard attempt. Remember, LP LaDuce, the new long snapper. The kick is good by Cortez, and the Cowboys have their 2nd field goal of the game. The Raiders lead by 7, 13-6. Pass or penalty. The Raiders had 3 penalties for 25 yards on the drive, but the Cowboys had 1, and that cost them a touchdown. Cortez getting 3 points for Dallas. And kicking off right here deep into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback, and the Raiders will get it back at the 20-yard line. 13-6 to score, and the Raiders offense, led by Kerry Collins, will take over after these messages. Back here in Oakland as the Raiders maintaining the lead throughout the game, and Jake Grove, the starting center, out with a right knee injury, and Adam True has replaced him at center. 1st down on the 20-yard line for Oakland. Lamont Jordan gained 86 yards today. Most yards he has gained in any contest this year, and picks up a bunch more. And Terrence Newman makes the shoe-top tackle after picking up 7 yards.
Well, Tony talked about Roy Williams. He really hasn't had an opportunity to come out and put one of his patented big hits on somebody. He had his first chance right there. He's going to come sneaking down in coverage, trying to get up to get Lamont Jordan, and he misses him. Randy Moss coming in to get a block, realizes that's number 31, and let's just get a little bit on it.
Little hesitation there, I could sense.
Well, the Cowboys haven't allowed a 100-yard rusher in a while, and 7 yards away is Lamont Jordan. Not going to get him on this play.
8 yards away now.
As Chris Canty, who has played a solid run defense game for Bill Parcells up front, and winding down to the end of this 3rd quarter. Raiders took a 3-0 lead on a Janikowski field goal after a 79-yard pass from Collins to Moss, the biggest play of the game. It was 10-0 Raiders. Cowboys have managed a couple of field goals, but it remains a touchdown lead for Oakland. And that is the end of the 3rd quarter. Raiders 13, Cowboys 6. Of the 4th quarter, Dick Stockton along with Darrell Johnston and Tony Siragusa, our field analyst. It's 13-6. Only 1 touchdown in the game. That's scored by Lamont Jordan on a 2-yard run for the Raiders in the 1st quarter. 3rd down and 4 for the Raiders on the 24. Lining up with 4 wide receivers and Jordan in the backfield. Pressure up the middle on Collins, and a flag is down. And a false start preliminary indication against Oakland.
3rd and 4 becomes 3rd and 9.
False start, 83, offense, 5-yard penalty.
Tight end that time, Courtney Anderson.
Little pattern going on here, huh, guys?
Yeah, these guys have talked about it. They've addressed the issue, but they just haven't been able to remedy it. And it's just, it's unbelievable. You see right there, they're averaging for the year over 9 yards on 3rd down. And that's a product, a lot of these penalties right there. 3rd and 4 becomes 3rd and 9.
And they're second to last as a result of that in 3rd down conversion. So 3rd and 9 on the 21. And right now, this is not the way you start the 4th quarter of the game.
Offense, 5-yard penalty.
So you have some time between the end of the 3rd, start of the 4th. You have a false start and then a delay of the game penalty, 10 yards marked off against you.
That's, you know, you get an audible and everybody starts looking for the perfect play. You know, I'm a fan of coming up, and if you've got a dead play, you want the ability to get out of it, but you can't find the perfect play. It's, you know, you've gone from 3rd and 4 to 3rd and 9. Now you got yourself at 3rd and 14. There's not a whole lot of plays in that playbook that are going to get you a 3rd and 14.
Change of formation. They have 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left, including Porter, who split out. 3rd down and 14. The pump fake and the throw underneath to Porter. And Porter may be close to the sticks, very close to the 30-yard line. Jerry Porter with the reception. Initially, it looks like he doesn't have the 4th down and does not. And it was Brady James who brought him down and prevented the 1st down. And so the Raiders will punt.
Jerry Porter's got to go get that 1st down. If you're going to check the ball underneath, he's got a lot of room to run. He's athletic enough, but when it comes to crunch time, you got to lower your head and you got to find a way to get that 1st down.
Again, I tell you what you have said a couple of times today. North Turner said this is a 4th quarter league, and here we are.
Well, we'll find out. That's not a good start right there. 3rd and 4 to 3rd and 14 and a missed conversion.
And the play blown dead again.
It's like it's automatic to these guys. They look up and it's the 4th quarter.
False start, 40, 5-yard penalty.
They start falling apart.
Gerard Cooper, Joe Avizano, your former coach on the Dallas Cowboys. And there you see 12 penalties for 80 yards. And this club still is bitten by the penalty bug. And you wonder when it's going to end for this club. Leckler will kick from the 10. Patrick Creighton. High snap from center. And a good high kick. Good hang time. And the fair catch ball will go out of bounds. Right around the 30-yard line. Kind of a flat start for the Raiders, would you say, in the beginning of the 4th. We'll be back. And we're going to show you what that is after the first play. 1st down on the 31-yard line for the Dallas Cowboys. Trailing by a touchdown and a conversion. Bledsoe pumps 8 times, gets hit, and the pass thrown behind Terry Glenn. Incomplete. Well, here's the Hustat. Well, the Cowboys are 0-1 when they lead at the end of 3. But they've won both their games this year when they've trailed at the end of 3. So I guess they're playing into the Dallas hands, right, Darryl?
Well, the big thing, that's a huge step for the Dallas Cowboys because Bill Parcells' first 2 years, well, you saw the graphic, trailing at halftime, trailing at the end of the 3rd quarter, they had never won a game. This year, they've won 2 of those. They've brought the talent in, they've got that there, but the next step was the mental toughness. And he was very impressed how his team played last week in a critical game against San Francisco when they did not play very well.
Tyson Thompson in the game. Thompson with a flag down, driving his way up to the 35-yard line. The Cowboys had a successful drive when Tyson Thompson was primarily the running back in the 1st half. He picks up 4 yards pending this call.
Holding, defense, 95. 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Ed Jasper, who had a sprained ankle last week, former Atlanta Falcon. So again, another penalty for North Turner. And another penalty on the defensive unit.
Yeah, just hand him a 1st down. Don't make him earn anything. Just hand him to him. And now, Tony, I will take your side on the defensive holding call.
Man, that is such a fine line, whether the guy's holding or not.
Well, it's part of the game, you know, that when you're trying to keep the offensive lineman from getting to the linebacker level to get a block. But
you have to grab him because sometimes you have to shed him. You don't know where the ball's going. I mean, it's amazing. They're hesitant to call it an offensive lineman, but the first time they see a defensive lineman doing it, the flag comes out.
Bledsoe handing off to Tyson Thompson for a couple of yards. And just to let you know that Andre Gerard has played the entire 2nd half at center for Al Johnson, a lot bigger against Ted Washington, who has a lot of heft.
Heft?
Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
You could say girth or, you know.
Heft.
Heft.
Bulk? How about bulk?
I'm going to mention that to him after the game.
Yeah, Tony, how about bulk?
Bulk is nice. I like bulk.
Good.
Yeah, heft is like, you know.
It's misplaced. It doesn't work.
Yeah,
he's hefty, like a hefty.
Okay.
2nd down and 8. And they fake the end around, and driving in was Bobby Hamilton, and he got to Drew Bledsoe. I don't know whether Bledsoe thought Hamilton was going to reach him. Looked a little nonchalant on that play.
Well, it's a very slow developing play, but what they're trying to do is run a screen, and nobody picks up Bobby Hamilton. I mean, you got to do something to slow him down, so somebody there missed an assignment, and they turned Bobby Hamilton loose to the quarterback on a very slow developing screen play.
He was wide open. He actually hesitated for a second, or he would have had the sack for the loss. I mean, not even close to anybody blocking.
3rd down and 9. And
Please reset the play clock to 12 seconds. 12 seconds.
Play clock at 25. Now it's down to the 12 seconds. We're early in the fourth quarter. Dick Stockton, Darryl Johnson, and the Goose, Tony Siragusa, brave enough to be on the field against these Oakland fans who remember him from the Ravens championship game. Chased is Bledsoe, and a big loss on the play. Derek Gibson with a safety blitz. And that is the fourth sack today by the Oakland Raider defense.
Well, this looked like they were going to run another screen pass, so you've got a slow developing play, but they're just turning guys loose. Derek Gibson comes free on that one. Watch the left side of the line. Larry Allen flows to Adams. I don't know, that doesn't look like a screen. I saw him out to the left side. I thought maybe that's what it was, but just another missed assignment in pass protection.
14-yard loss, and punting is Matt McBriar. And Charles Woodson on the return and diving to midfield. Fumbles picked up by the Raiders. And getting thrown down is Chris Carr, but it's good field position. And Bledsoe, who was sacked 7 times last year as a member of the Bills, having a rough day.
Walk that fine line with Tyson Thompson, because that's a big missed assignment by him in that situation.
Raiders with good field position start from their 46-yard line. Kerry Collins will throw on first down, completes to Jerry Porter, and Porter again on the skin portion of the baseball infield, down at the 31-yard line. A 23-yard pickup, Keith Davis.
Let's go on the flip side. Here comes your 2 blitzers. Watch the running backs work in coordination. Zach Crockett, the first guy, Lamont Jordan, a great presence to know he's looping to the outside. There's the difference right there. And then at the end of it, Jerry Porter finishes it with a good catch on the back hip. Look at that. Wow, that's impressive.
Well, the Raiders did on protection what the Cowboys could not do. And the first down on the 31-yard line. Play action again. Collins, and the protection breaks down, and Collins goes back and tackled at the 37-yard line as both Kenyon Coleman and Chris Canty meet at Mr. Collins, and a loss of 5 yards.
There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go with the ball. It's a 3 wide receiver route this time, and the guys are going to go downfield, but Kerry Collins doesn't have anybody to check it down to. There go your guys down the field. Here's his check down right here. By the time he's starting to come back to try and pick him up in the flat, he's got 3 Dallas defenders squishing him.
2nd and 15. Back to the 36. Jordan. And Jordan with a 5-yard pickup gets the 5 back. Early here in the fourth quarter. Raiders clinging to a 1-touchdown lead. We're up 10-0, 13-3. And this game hanging in the balance. Remember, the Raiders 0-3 on the year. Only one team has ever made the playoffs after dropping their first 4 games to start the season. The 1992 San Diego Chargers. And the Raiders know they have been better than 0-3, but sooner or later you got to prove it and go out and win a game. 3rd down and 10. Short drop by Collins. And throws over his intended receiver, Alvis Whitted. And good coverage that time by Terrence Newman. So a quick 3 downs, and Sebastian Janikowski will enter.
There's 87 going out to the flat. There's Randy Moss down the field. Where are you going to go with the football if you're Kerry Collins? Here's Jerry Porter on the other side. These guys are blanketed. He's got nowhere to go. Jimmy Johnson made a good point at the halftime. They had that big play in the first series to get into a field goal position, but since then, the Dallas secondary's done a great job.
49-yard attempt from the dirt, and the kick is up, and it's good. So Janikowski, who left 6 points on the table last week in Philly, 4 misses on the year, 3 for 3 today. Oakland up by 10. 10 points, and Sebastian Janikowski, only the 5th kicker in NFL history, drafted in the 1st round. He was the 17th pick overall, with his longest field goal of the season, 49 yards, and apparently his slump may be over, kicking into the end zone and a touchback for Dallas. So the Cowboys will try to answer 3 by the Raiders with plenty of time remaining. Bill Parcells, and there is Al Davis, the managing general partner for the Raiders, and Parcells doesn't go to many people for counsel since he's established himself. One guy he always talks to, listens to, asks advice is Al Davis. First down from the 20-yard line. Cowboys send Witten, the tight end, in motion, wide right. Bledsoe, who's been under pressure, completes to Witten. And Witten getting a few extra yards, gets the first down. Bad tackling by the Oakland Raiders, and Witten is finally brought down. Takes about 9 guys. 15-yard pickup.
You said it earlier, Moose. He's a tough guy to take down.
Man, what was that? 8 yards from the point? From a point he had 3 guys on him.
He's like a pickup truck. They just all got on. He took him for a ride.
Pro Bowler last year, Jason Witten, and a first down up to the 35. Julius Jones is the tailback. And they go to him. And once again, trying to test the middle. Not much up the middle for Jones today. About 2 yards. And for a game break, let's go down the coast to James Brown.
Hey, Dick, 18 unanswered by the Eagles. McNabb, take a look at his escapability there, hooking up with Mike Bartram. Now they're within 2. Take a look here. Hooks up with Brian Westbrook. That knocks the game up. They trail 24-6. It's all knotted at 24. Starting 4th quarter. Back to Dick Stockton.
All right, JB, thank you very much. Second down and 8 at the 37. Wild game in Kansas City. And here is Bledsoe. Completes the pass to Patrick Creighton. And Creighton still on his feet. They don't get him. And he'll go in for the touchdown. And the Raiders all of a sudden have stopped tackling. 63 yards for the score. And both Asamoah and Woodson ended up missing Creighton, who raced to the end zone.
That is unbelievable what happened to Jason Witten on his play, but this one is even worse. Patrick Creighton, watch this. He's on the sideline. It's like you said, Dick, it looks like they just give up on tackling. What is Charles Woodson doing right there? That guy's not on the ground. Come over and finish that play. My goodness, that is terrible tackle.
Every coach in the NFL, Darryl, talks about finish. And I'll tell you what, that should be the open in his the team meeting on Monday. They got to finish every play.
Career long, and he did there. First big score here, and a penalty marker down, and Cortez put it through.
Give him the old Charlie Brown right there.
False start, 52, offense.
Lucy.
5-yard penalty.
Lucy is the holder, right?
Oh, Jose Cortez is going to pull something. He can't pull the ball up. Let him kick it. Tony Romo. Tony Romo
he
pulls
was Lucy.
It away. Holy cow.
You know, we're getting to Thanksgiving when all of a sudden you see this.
Well, we got the Halloween one coming up before that. That's even better.
That's right.
Oh, that was a classic.
And Cortez right down the middle, and it's a 16-13 game. And the first touchdown of the day for the Dallas Cowboys. They're hanging in there in the East Bay, trailing by 3. Running back return specialist picked on the last round, 7th round in his 2nd year, and has as much speed as anyone that the Cowboys have had at that spot in recent years. Here's Chris Carr returning. Good speed by Carr as he brings it out near the 35-yard line. 8:46 showing on the clock in the 4th quarter, and the Cowboys with their first touchdown of the day, trailing the Raiders 16-13.
See if this Raider offense can come out and respond to this. They had a great opening drive of the second half, mixing in some running, some passing, some play action. See if they can take some time off the clock again. That was a 6-minute, 45-second drive. There's 8:46 here. Dallas they've got to get them off the field.
Bad tackling really accounted for that last score, and Aldo Hill missed, as did Woodson. First down, Kerry Collins to Lamont Jordan out of the backfield, and Jordan tackled in a hurry at the 40 by Roy Williams, the strong safety. 6-yard pickup.
But at least he's got an outlet on the passing game. You know, he's got Lamont Jordan out in the flat. That way he doesn't have to hold the ball, because Jay Ratliff, number 66, was coming around the corner on a stunt. Was almost there to get a hit on Kerry Collins.
Moss only 3 catches, 110 yards. Randy Moss has caught 5 passes in each of the first 3 games of this year. Second down and 4. Raiders on their 40-yard line. Jordan off the right side. First down. Lamont Jordan getting to the 45-yard line. Pickup of 5 yards.
Kind of starting off like they did with that opening drive of the second half. See if they can maintain this balance through the course of the drive. You see right there, first player to rush for 100 yards versus the Cowboys in 14 games. They have faced some good runners during that span. They started off the season with Danian Tomlinson, who's just, I mean, he's had a great start to the season after that Dallas game, and then Clinton Portis in week 2.
There he is, 102 yards on 21 carries. First down at the 45 on the skin portion of the infield. Play action for Collins. Collins going to Randy Moss. And Moss is hit immediately. He'll get to the 42. Roy Williams hit him immediately, but not before. A 13-yard pickup. First down into Cowboy territory.
Don't get cute when 31 has got a full head of steam coming right at you. I don't know, but Randy's probably saying, I should have got down. I should have just got down.
Yesterday,
not much hidden yardage there after that hit.
Randy Moss told us yesterday, I wish I had more weight. I'd rather play defense than offense. Was that surprising?
Yeah, he says he doesn't even like offense. Just if that is true, just think what this guy could do if he actually enjoyed playing on the outside. Yeah, he wants to be a defensive guy, wants to be able to react and freelance a little bit.
4 catches, 123 yards for Randy Moss. Here is Lamont Jordan diving inside the 40-yard line for 3 yards. Canty and Jason Ferguson on the play, and the clock continues to run as we have nearly 6.5 minutes, and Canty is shaken up.
Hopefully it is engaged in the block, so that's probably what they kindly refer to as a stinger, but let me tell you what, that does not give you any indication the amount of pain those things cause.
A little bit more than just sting.
Yeah.
It sort of should be called the numbing thing.
Flag down. Pulling it down is Kerry Collins, and he is hit at the 45, a loss. Leroy Glover, that would be a 5-yard loss with the penalty marker tossed, and the Raiders have bore the brunt of it today.
Offside.
Not this time.
Defense, 94. Lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Replay second down.
So 13 penalties against the Raiders, 5 against the Cowboys.
That's DeMarcus Ware's third himself. This time he doesn't jump in there. He's actually lined up. You can see looking down the line right there, he's in the neutral zone.
It's a little tough when you're in that dirt. You don't have them hash marks, them lines to go and see exactly where you're lining up. But you got to look inside and see where your head is at the ball. If you put your hand right on the ball and your head's behind it, you'll be onside.
Good point. Lamont Jordan off the right side, and the chin strap goes flying, picking up a yard and a half, 2 yards on the play.
There's another reason not to like playing on a combination football-baseball field, Tony. So you said earlier, you like to get down there, you get the sweat going, you roll around in the dirt, you get some mud.
Well, there's other things you can do with the dirt, too. I mean, offensive guys have the same, how can I say this, advantages and disadvantages of grabbing a handful of dirt. You get it up in your nose and it blocks the air. When you're my size, you need as much air as you can possibly take.
First and 10 at the 31. Okay, Mr. Offensive Guy, you got an answer to that. Kerry Collins throws it away.
Good play, though. He had pressure right in his face. So he gets outside that protected area, that pocket, and just throw it beyond the line of scrimmage.
That's why he has the 126 plays before we started this game and no interceptions. He does a good job of trying to get out of the pocket. I think he has to work a little bit harder on getting out and moving a little bit more and not just throwing the ball outside there, Moose.
Well, I don't know if that'll ever be a forte for him, but usually we put the whammy on guys, Tony. We put a graphic up like that, and at some point during the game, we end that streak.
Yeah, we're waiting for that interception to come after that one. Right.
We're good at jinxes. Second and 10 on the 31, and Jordan with a head of steam off the left side, getting to the 25-yard line. A 5-yard pickup. Dat Wynn making the tackle, but the clock continues to run, and we wind down to 5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter as the Raiders lead the Cowboys 16-3. They have led all the way in this game.
Raiders doing a good job. We talked about the mix on that first series of the second half. They've come back and they've done another good job here, really keeping the Cowboys off their game with a good changeup, good play calling by North Turner.
This would be a big third down, considering the clock situation, as Kerry Collins has it batted by Greg Ellis. Ellis got a hand on it, and fourth down will be coming up, and Janikowski, who is 3 for 3 today, will try to give Oakland a 6-point lead.
And Norv Turner realizes how big that play was, and Greg Ellis coming from the top of your screen goes around Robert Gallery right there, and you see him get his hand just as Kerry Collins lets it go. His arm is coming forward, so that's an incomplete. But, you know, he was the guy that you didn't know how he was going to fit in 3-4. He sure has done a good job. He's put all that doubt behind everyone.
3 for 3, including a season-long 49. This will be 43 yards from the dirt, and the kick is up, and it's good. Sebastian Janikowski, who is 3 for 7, coming in 4 for 4 today, and the Raiders extend their lead to 19-13 with 4:29 remaining in the fourth. Well, Fox football coverage doesn't end when the games are over. I want you to stick around for
away on a missed call.
Well, last week, Drew Bledsoe brought out the Cowboys and got them down the field when they needed a touchdown. He's going to be in the same position again as that kick is deep into the end zone for the touchback, and Dallas will start from the 20-yard line. So Bledsoe proved last week he can drive a team down for the big score in the fourth quarter. Here he is again.
Well, you know, Norv Turner talked about this being a fourth quarter game, and we're going to find out how his team is doing, because you're exactly right, Dick Stockton, because I didn't agree with Coach Parcells coming out and wanting to establish the run in the second half. I see him wanting to keep his balance, but you saw Patrick Creighton on the last series. The Raider defense has been vulnerable to the pass during the entire game, but even more so in the second half.
Terry Glenn has been shut out. Keyshawn Johnson has only 1 catch today. Starting from the 20-yard line, and Bledsoe's pass intended for Glenn and not close. So Glenn, who's had 2 straight 100-yard receiving games, has not had a catch today. 2nd and 10.
That's credit to the defense of the Oakland Raiders, and when you have one guy that you want to shut down. These coordinators are so good, and these players are so athletic. You can take one guy out of a game. But when you have multiple threats, the Cowboys have Terry Glenn, Keyshawn Johnson, Jason Witten, Patrick Creighton. There's where the problem lies.
Again, Witten moving to the outside, and Julius Jones with a good run, and a flag comes down from the secondary. Penalty marker. Ronaldo Hill makes the stop on Jones. Busy day for Bill Carollo's crew.
He's going to have to ask Lamont Jordan for that device he's using to cool his wrist from throwing all these flags.
19th penalty of the game right here.
Illegal block in the back. 84, offense during the run. 10-yard penalty. We'll play second down.
I don't know if that's a design call or if it was an audible, Darryl, but when they get into that nickel defense in the middle of the field is wide open. Both of those tackles still in that last play were not defending the middle of the field, and that's when that draw is going to be called.
You're exactly right, Tony. That's the one that you talked about in the first half, and Bill Parcells said that's an area he wanted to do, and you've got it again right now. You've got a big gap. They're outside. They're on the outside shoulder of the guards.
Patrick Creighton committing the penalty, and the pass thrown off the hands of Julius Jones. Incomplete. Trying to go underneath. Good pressure by Tommy Kelly, number 93 for Oakland.
You saw the Dallas Cowboys go up against the Washington Redskins. That, to me, was their most impressive performance as an offensive line group in coordination with the running backs and tight ends in protecting Drew Bledsoe. Today, the Oakland Raiders, I mean, they have been hassling him all afternoon. They've had a couple missed assignments, but a lot of it has been effort and good coverage in the secondary by the Raider defensive backs.
3rd down and 13. Marion Barber is the back and going deep for Glenn. And he makes the catch. First catch of the day for Terry Glenn, beating Charles Woodson. And the Cowboys, with a big 3rd and long play, get 57 yards and a first down at the 26 of the Raiders.
Let me tell you, Drew Bledsoe can make every throw there is in the book. If you can protect him, that is the thing for the Dallas Cowboys. If you can protect him, he's going to be able to throw the ball all over the field. This is a phenomenal throw. I mean, watch where this ball comes in. Terry Glenn gets on top of Charles Woodson in a one-on-one situation, and Drew Bledsoe drops it right into his lap.
Second biggest play to Creighton's 63-yarder, and here is Julius Jones. And Jones is piled up at the 24-yard line by the rookie linebacker Kirk Morrison, picked up between 1 and 2 yards.
Here's last week. Now, Jason Witten was the guy who was able to influence. You see right there. Watch Shante Spencer, 36, jump up there. There's Terry Glenn on the outside getting the big play. Same thing here. Everybody's moving up on Jason Witten. Here you come. We're looking over here. And there goes Terry Glenn down the middle of the field for another big play late in the game.
2nd down and 8. Under 3 minutes remaining on the 24-yard line. Bledsoe with time. Completes again to Glenn. And Glenn goes out of bounds short of the first down. Chased by Ronaldo Hill. But he gets 7 yards on the play, bringing up 3rd and 1.
This is such a critical play for the Dallas Cowboys right now. 19-13 field goal. Are you going to get another chance to get down here? I don't know. You're at 244 right now. Huge play.
And they're going to go to Jones, first down, and a flag is down back at the line of scrimmage. Julius Jones presumably picks up the first down. And Byron Boston, the line judge, signaling an offsides call in a preliminary manner.
If Dallas went with a quick snap on that play, they might have caught some.
Defense, 59. That penalty is declined. Result of the play, first down.
So it was DeLawrence Grant, second penalty on Grant today.
Well, here's a guy right here. We're coming off the field. He's on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know if there's an area by the bench where they consider him off the field, but he was way offsides.
So another defensive penalty by the Raiders results in the first down. They had it, and they declined it. So here is Bledsoe, who has come alive in the second half of this game. And the Cowboys trail by 6. 1st and 10 at the 10, or right beyond it. And here is Jones. And Julius Jones fights his way inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. Good block by the left tackle, Flozell Adams, bringing up 2nd down.
A good vision by Julius Jones, because that play was kind of bottled up where it was designed to go. He pops it outside. And the one thing that Julius Jones is able to do is once he decides where he wants to take the ball, he can accelerate through the hole as well as anybody in the league today.
78 yards for Jones. Bill Parcells and Norv Turner. Parcells looking to go home after spending the week in the Bay Area with a 3-1 record, and Norv Turner looking for the first win of the year for the Raiders. 2-minute warning here in Oakland. 19-13, the Raiders will be back. There's number 96 is lining up in the fullback position in front of Julius Jones. Defensive player, they give it to Jones, who's hit, and a loss on the play, and it was Tommy Kelly, who has played a brilliant game, as well as Danny Clark against the run, a loss of 2.
Tommy Kelly knifes right through the defensive line to make the stop in the backfield.
That's exactly what you're trying to do when you're a defensive lineman. You got to get down low and get penetration and try to make the back go and commit. So it makes it easier for the linebackers to know where they're going.
Well, the big thing for the Raiders right now is they can get that first down inside the 1-yard line, but you know this is going to be 4-down territory for the Cowboys anyway. So this is not they're going to, obviously they'll go 3rd and 4th down trying to convert either the touchdown or get that first down inside the 1.
And that timeout called by the Raiders, Darryl, will leave them with only 1.
That's a good decision by Norv Turner, though. You know that right here they're going to milk the clock as far as they can, because if they do get the touchdown to go up 20-19, the last thing they want to do is leave a little bit of time on the clock for Randy Moss to hit him with another big play.
I want to remind you to stick around for OT. It's a different kind of show. All our guys in the studio are back with the same kind of good stuff they give you in the pregame show, looking ahead to next week and going over this week entirely. 3rd down and 4. Cowboys defense trying to be equal to the task. Bledsoe's pass intended for Keyshawn Johnson, and good coverage that time by Nnamdi Asamoah. And so 4th down coming up, and you said it was 2-down territory, and that's what it is, obviously, with 1:49 on the clock. Cowboys 1 for 4 this season. League average is over half.
With that play call, knowing it's a 2-down territory and that you're going to go for it on 4th, I mean, I don't like the fade inside the 10-yard line, the 5-yard line anyways. And when it's a 2-down shot, It doesn't make any sense.
Cowboys timeout here.
I don't ever like the fade, Darryl. I don't care what it is. I just think that play is just as good a play for the defense as it is for the offense because you're jumping for the ball.
All it is quarterback, wide receiver that have to establish a chemistry and have great timing. Now, if you got a guy like Randy Moss and he's one-on-one on the outside, yeah, sure, go ahead. But other than that, I'm not a fan of it.
Okay, other than a fade, what are the possibilities?
Well, I like bringing, put more players in play in that situation. When you call that play, you're basically taking the 9 other players on the offense and taking them out of the play. Do something if you got multiple wide receivers where you're bringing people across the formation, a crossing route underneath with something that gets into Drew Bledsoe's vision so he has options. That one, okay, I'm going to the left, and I know I've got to put this in a perfect position because Nnamdi Oshimwa has got good coverage on it. So.
One thing that's going on down here that you guys might not know about is this end zone's really loud, and it's good for the defense, for the offense because it messes up with their signals, but the defense has to make signals too, and sometimes it disrupts them just as much.
Here it is, 4th down for the Cowboys. They need 4, and the pass is incomplete. They were going for Terry Glenn, and the Raiders have held. It was a low pass, tough catch for Glenn to make in any event, and the Raiders take over with 1:45 remaining and still leading by 6.
I think you run that first running play and Tommy Kelly gets in and stuffs it on you. So now you're into a throwing situation, and the Dallas Cowboys unable to convert on a couple opportunities. Yeah.
And even if Glenn had made the catch, he may not have had enough for the first down. He had some room there because it was outside the end zone. Remember, the Cowboys still have 2 timeouts remaining, and they're going to use them quickly. But a big defensive stand by the Raiders when they were threatened. Here is Lamont Jordan outside, and Jordan gets good yardage. The Cowboys call a timeout, stopping the clock with 1:38 to go, but Jordan picked up 8 yards.
You know you're going to use both your timeouts, but that is a terrible start to this series for the Dallas Cowboys because you let the guy get 7-8 yards on the first down.
Truck. And that another timeout is coming up soon. 2nd down and 3, and Jordan gets the first down, so it's all going to be moot here as the first down is made, and the Cowboys have used their last timeout.
Well, North Turner said this is a 4th quarter league now, and you get away from that opening game against New England when the game kind of got away from them because of their own mistakes, but against Kansas City and against Philadelphia, this Raider team had a chance to win the game in the 4th quarter, and they were unable to do it. Today, they take a huge stride in turning this season around because they really feel the chemistry of this group is much better than last year, and if they can get that first victory, they really felt like they were going to be able to string some together.
Yeah, they felt they were very close, and this would start them off. And you said it's a 4th quarter game. That's what North Turner kept telling us yesterday, and it was the case. And Lamont Jordan, something the Raiders haven't been able to do is engineer any kind of a running game coming in. And Jordan with a career high 127 yards this afternoon.
And for the Dallas Cowboys, every game this season has come down to the last 2 minutes of the ball game. Big plays down the field. Give me a little bit of comfort going into the 4th quarter and the end of the game. They need to get out on top of somebody and stop getting into these types of games where it hinges on one play in the last 2 minutes.
I'll tell you what, Bledsoe did bring them down just on the brink, and the 4th down pass didn't get to Glenn, and he was out of the end zone anyway. He had to get in there, but the 57-yard pass to Glenn was a huge one for the Cowboys, but all it will end up being is a 2-2 record, having played 3 of the first 4 games on the West Coast for the Cowboys. They'll go home the next 2 weeks to play division foes Philadelphia and New York. And the Raiders, 2 more home games are upcoming against the Chargers and the Buffalo Bills. And a big game today for Jordan and a big win today for the Raiders.
Back-to-back weeks, the Dallas Cowboy run defense lets a group that has really struggled all season. Last week it was Kevin Barlow and Frank Gore of the 49ers. They let that running game get on track. There has been a lot of criticism about the Raider running game. Lamont Jordan shouldered all the responsibility this week and came out and followed through. And they, again, a team that had struggled, had a great day on the ground against this Dallas defense.
Big game for the Raiders, Tony, huh?
Big game for the Raiders. I'm on the sideline right now. Going to be meeting with Warren Sapp for an interview, and we'll see that on OT.
All right, final seconds kick off. Big win as the Raiders and Randy Moss get a victory today, 19-13 over the Cowboys, and we'll be back here in Oakland after these messages.